Welcome to G Fun Facts Online, your deep dive into the science behind our amazing world. Today, we're wading into some of the most feared waters on the planet. We're talking about sharks. The very word can conjure up images of primal fear, a powerful predator lurking just beneath the waves. But while the fear of a shark attack is a potent part of our collective consciousness, the reality is far more nuanced and, frankly, far more interesting. These incidents are incredibly rare, yet if we look at the data, certain locations around the globe light up like hotspots on a map. Why do these specific places become the stage for encounters between humans and sharks? Today, we're going on a global tour of the world's shark attack capitals, exploring the unique blend of geography, animal behavior, and human activity that creates these focal points of interaction. And well, start with a surprising piece of news. Recent data shows that 2024 was actually a relatively calm year for shark bites, with a significant decrease in unprovoked attacks. The worldwide total of 47 confirmed cases was well below the recent 5-year average of 64. But even with this decline, the question remains, where are these attacks happening, and why there? Let's begin our journey in the country that consistently leads the world in shark encounters, the United States. Year after year, the U.S. records the highest number of unprovoked shark bites, and 2024 was no different, accounting for 28 of the 47 worldwide incidents. That's nearly 60%. But to truly find the global epicenter, we need to zoom in on one particular state, Florida. The Sunshine State alone was responsible for 14 bites in 2024. That's half of the entire nation's total, and a staggering 30% of all unprovoked bites on the planet. And even within Florida, there is one county that holds the crown. Welcome to Volusia County, often grimly nicknamed the shark bite capital of the world. This specific stretch of coastline, especially around a place called New Smyrna Beach, is a perfect storm of conditions that elevate the chance of a human-shark interaction. First, let's talk about the environment. The waters here are a shark's version of an all-you-can-eat buffet. They are packed with dense populations of baitfish. This attracts a huge number of sharks, particularly juvenile blacktip sharks that use the shallow, near-shore waters as a nursery and feeding ground. Compounding this is the fact that the water can often be murky or turbid, which dramatically reduces visibility for everyone involved, both shark and human. Research has shown that this turbidity is a key factor, as sharks in these low-visibility areas may be more likely to mistake a person for their natural prey. Now let's add the human element. What is the primary activity in Volusia County? Surfing. Surfers spend hours right in the surf zone, the exact same area where these sharks are feeding. Picture this from the shark's perspective, looking up from below. You see the dark silhouette of a surfboard. You see hands and feet dangling and splashing in the water as the surfer paddles. This movement and shape can look remarkably similar to the shark's typical meal, like a mullet or another baitfish. This is why the vast majority of bites in this region are what experts call hit-and-run attacks. The shark makes a quick, single bite, and upon realizing its mistake, that this is not its usual food, it immediately swims away. It's a classic and sometimes painful case of mistaken identity, driven by curiosity in a visually confusing environment. Next, we travel halfway around the world to our second hotspot, Australia. Australia consistently ranks second for unprovoked shark attacks, with 9 incidents recorded in 2024. But what makes Australian encounters stand out is not just the number, but the nature of the sharks involved. While Florida's bites are mostly from smaller sharks, Australia is home to some of the largest and most powerful species, leading to a higher potential for serious or fatal encounters. The continent has 2 main areas of concern. First, Western Australia. This region has earned a reputation as one of the world's deadliest places for shark attacks. Its coastline is rugged and remote, and it directly overlaps with the natural habitat of the great white shark, the ocean's most famous apex predator. Then you have New South Wales on the east coast, which has also seen a significant number of attacks. The rise in encounters here is often linked to a simple factor: A growing human population. More people are living near the coast, visiting beaches, and taking part in activities like surfing, swimming, and diving than ever before. But environmental factors are also critical. Studies in Australian waters have found that great white shark attacks are more likely to occur in areas where the ocean surface is unusually cooler than the surrounding waters. There's also a proven correlation with proximity to river mouths, especially after recent rainfall, which can alter water quality and push the shark's prey into different areas, sometimes closer to shore. Our third major stop is South Africa, another historical hotspot with a past reputation for a high fatality rate. The nation's waters are home to significant populations of great whites, tiger sharks, and bull sharks. For years, the waters around Gansbaai and False Bay were legendary aggregation sites for great white sharks. The reason was simple. A massive colony of Cape fur seals provided a reliable, high-fat food source. This incredible gathering of predators and prey even spawned a thriving shark cage diving tourism industry. But recently, a fascinating and dramatic plot twist has unfolded in this ecosystem. Starting around 2017, scientists observed a new top predator entering the scene, a pair of orcas, or killer whales. These orcas began systematically preying on the great white sharks, leading to a massive displacement of the shark population. The great whites, once the undisputed kings of these waters, effectively fled their traditional territories to escape being hunted themselves. It's a powerful reminder of how complex and dynamic marine ecosystems are, and how the behavior of one predator can completely reshape the landscape for another. Beyond these big three, other locations have also gained notoriety. Off the coast of Recife, Brazil, there's an unusually high fatality rate from attacks, primarily involving bull and tiger sharks. This has been linked to a combination of factors, including pollution and, for many years, the runoff from a local slaughterhouse that may have altered shark behavior by attracting them closer to shore. Similarly, Reunion Island, a French territory in the Indian Ocean, has experienced such a high number of fatal shark attacks that it has led to bans on surfing and swimming in many areas. So, what is the common thread that ties these global hotspots together? What is the fundamental behavior that leads to these encounters? The overwhelming scientific consensus is that it's not predation. Humans are simply not on the menu for any shark species. The most common explanation is mistaken identity. In murky water, or during low-light periods like dawn and dusk, a shark may misinterpret the shape of a surfer for a seal, or the splashing of a swimmer for a struggling fish. A shark lacks hands to investigate its world. Its primary tool for exploring an unfamiliar object is its mouth. What we call an attack is often what an expert would call an exploratory bite. The shark is trying to figure out what this strange object in its environment is. This brings us to the most crucial part of our story today: conservation and coexistence. The narrative of the monstrous, man-eating shark, sensationalized by movies and media, does a great disservice to these magnificent animals and hinders critical conservation efforts. Let's be perfectly clear. Humans pose an infinitely greater threat to sharks than they do to us. Scientists estimate that humans kill up to 100 million sharks every single year, primarily through overfishing and for their fins. Sharks are apex predators, and they play a vital role in maintaining the health and balance of our oceans. They keep prey populations in check and ensure the stability of the entire marine food web. Understanding the geography and the behaviors we've discussed today is the key to moving forward. It allows us to develop smart, non-lethal strategies to keep both people and sharks safe. This includes public education campaigns about when and where to swim, using drone surveillance to monitor popular beaches, and developing personal shark deterrents based on scientific principles. By replacing fear with knowledge and respecting the ocean as a wild environment, we can work towards a future of safer, more sustainable coexistence with one of the planet's oldest and most essential predators. Thanks for tuning in to G Fun Facts Online.